Hi folks, I'm here with Jolie and the Jackalopes from Austin, Texas in BRUWANSKI. Can you maybe just introduce yourself member by member, so first name and function in the band?
Yeah. Sam Rich, I play the drums.
I'm Jolie Goodnight, and I'm the singer and the songwriter and the head jackalope.
Dylan Cavalier, upright bass.
And Sean Shirazi, guitars.
So I can suppose that not all of people watching the interview will know you, so I would prefer to hear like a short biography and the year you started and some important info.
Yeah, Jolie and the Jackalopes actually is a legacy band in Texas. My parents had a band in the 70s and 80s called Kimmy Rhodes and the Jackalope Brothers. And when my father passed away and I realized that I had a lot of history, there's a lot of music history in my family, I decided to keep going with the name. So we became Jolie and the Jackalopes. And we're keeping kind of the tradition of what rockabilly is like in Austin, Texas. It's kind of bigger. It's a big genre. There's a lot of country and blues and soul influence there. So Jolie and the Jackalopes is part of my family, but also I wanted to bring it into something new and something alive. So we have these guys, new Jackalopes, and yeah, we're having a lot of fun touring Belgium and the Netherlands, but also we do a lot in Texas and our hometown.
So now it's like the beginning or the first part of the tour in Belgium and Netherlands, if I'm right. Can you maybe tell about it?
Yeah. This is actually, we're approaching the second half of our tour now. We've been here, I think we've done 14 or 15 dates or something. Yeah. So we're about halfway there. So it's not the beginning and it's not the end.
Do you have something special that happened in the tour, like a special gig or some special moments you remember from the tour?
Ooh. Yeah, Sam, you want to start?
Ooh, man. There's been some weird ones. Probably the most memorable that I can think of either was probably last night where I looked over and Dylan was playing the bass and there were I saw multiple hands like pouring alcohol down your gullet while you were playing, and he was playing great, so no complaints here. And yeah, weird college kids, or at least I thought they were college kids. They were probably like 15 or 16. It was like 40, 50 of them kind of bombarded one show at one moment, and it was interesting to have a bunch of young guys like just going crazy. So yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments so far on tour has been when I signed one of the college students' cowboy hats. I didn't expect that a cowboy hat would be in the audience and I'd be signing that and body parts and all sorts of things. But also we had a really special show in Ghent? Maybe, where we had a lot of other college students showed up and they were all dancing, and they even knew some of the Tex-Mex stuff that we were doing, which I didn't expect. That was really fun. But yeah, seeing beer poured down Dylan's throat last night was pretty fun and weird. Yeah, that was special. I think we've had a lot of special ones, so it's hard to say. But here, Dylan, you wanna?
Sure.
You can't use the one about beer.
So last night they poured a shot down my throat. It wasn't beer, but okay, there was beer too. But no, for me, my first time here was 7 years ago. I love Belgium. I love the Netherlands. I love Europe. It's great being here this time with these guys and seeing people that I originally met 7 years ago, and now they're coming out and becoming Jackalopes fans, so it was great. 7 years ago, here's with the band I was filling in with. Now it's like I'm here and this is like, our project, like this is us, and it's cool doing this thing here and making new great friends that we'll see again next year. Yeah. So it's been great. So a lot of fun.
For me, the thing that I've noticed is that I've noticed a steady increase, I guess, in the crowds from when we started to where we are now. They're a little more amped up. Their places are a little more crowded. I don't know if word is getting around in a fairly small country about the tour and all the dates we've got, but it's been great because every crowd has gotten a little bit better, a little more crazy, and we're responding with just that much more energy and rock and roll because it's so much fun.
Just something that comes in my mind now. Do you know Muddy Roots Festival?
I just played it.
Muddy Roots Europe?
Not the Europe one. I played the one in America.
Yeah, because there is also like a venue like here who organize gigs, regular gigs, Cowboy Up. So maybe you can try to go in.
Yeah. We want to play everything everywhere.
Yeah, it's perfect
We wanna do it
for
all.
it's perfect for you kind of music, and for them too. So now the hardest question. Some people love it, some people hate it. If you're a real music lovers, you're gonna love it. Suppose you're on a desert island, you don't have internet, no radio, no television, no phone. You can only listen to 3 records.
Okay.
Which 3 records each one of you will listen to? Suppose you're on separated islands, so I'm gonna start.
The pressure's on. I'll
Yep.
give it a
Sean
shot.
sounds ready.
means like we can't share a white line record between us.
That's true. We can't. Do you want to go? I mean, I'll do it. Off the top of my head, I would say Sunny Day Real Estate's Rising Tide would be one. I would probably do No Knife. This record called Fire in the City of Automations. Probably bring that one along. I'd probably bring a weird old punk record. I can't think of which one. Probably Propagandhi, Less Talk, More Rock. Maybe. I think I'd be good with those choices. I don't know. Hopefully I'll never have to be on a desert island for that long.
Okay, so mine are all over the map because I'm sort of all over the map. But one would be Willie Nelson's Shotgun Willie. Another one would be any record by Billie Holiday. Actually, it doesn't matter, but a Billie Holiday record would have to happen. And then this is the weird one, which is ELO. ELO's latest record is one of those records that I actually had a hard time putting records on after it. It was so good. It's so well produced, so well engineered, so well mastered, so genius and good that actually I'm gonna give a shout out to Jeff Lynne on that one. That ELO record is my third one.
And this is with the understanding that these 3 would change tomorrow morning. So this is just the 3 for right now. Okay, yeah, this is tomorrow. It's going to be a totally different 3. But right now, I'm going to say Royal by the Amazing Royal Crowns, my favorite band. Also, Johnny Thunders, Like a Motherfucker. And also the Belfuries, Working Men Belfuries. When the last time I was in Europe, Working Men's Belfuries came out. And I'm not exaggerating. I was in Europe for a month, and I listened to that album probably 100 times the whole time I was in Europe. So I associate it with Europe. I just love the album. And Joey, the singer, just rips your heart out and kind of shows it to you with his songs. It's a great album. But yeah, Amazing Royal Crowns, Johnny Thunders, Belfuries. Those are my 3 right now.
Man, yeah, there is so much to think of. I think I would have to have one great R&B record, and my favorite is, well, it's more like jazz, but my favorite is Louis Jordan. So like any Louis Jordan compilation would make me happy because his songs are so cool and funny. For rockabilly, probably Gene Vincent's Greatest Hits. That would be a fantastic one to have. But that would have to satisfy my 80s rock heritage because I was, a kid in the 80s when I started playing guitar. And my very first record ever was K-Tel's Masters of Metal. And that had everything from Y&T, Van Halen, Zebra, Black Sabbath. That would run the gamut for hard rock, and that would satisfy that as well. So there you go. Those are my 3.
I like how you guys were all really excited about each other's records. I like how everyone was real excited about all of y'all's records, but y'all didn't say anything.
It's because
I'm just playing because nobody knows. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't on purpose. Hey, Mike Ness put out the No Knife record. Time Bomb Recordings. And I'll hand the mic back.
You should just drop the mic.
So, to come back to the tour, do you have like after the tour important things like some record you're gonna do or like some video you're gonna put out or anything else important people might be interested to know?
So we actually just put out a record. It's called First Time Again. And so what I'm hoping for is that I can write a lot on this tour and end up with another record after the tour. But tour schedules are crazy. So instead of writing currently, I'm sleeping. But we do have some cool stuff coming up, and in fact, there's some things that I don't get to talk about yet. So, but there's definitely some things in the future concerning some country music things. But also, Sam and I work with something called the Buddy Holly Educational Foundation. So, separate from Jackalopes, but not really, because there's two Jackalopes doing it. We work for that organization that helps with teen cancers who have teens, and raising money for that. So we're about to work with some pretty amazing country stars and rock and roll stars, raising money for them through Buddy Holly, giving them Buddy Holly guitars, and raising awareness for teen cancer. So Jackalopes are kind of everywhere at all times. So that's one of our really exciting things coming up. Loretta Lynn and I can't give away all of the names, but Jerry Lee Lewis is one of them as well. So that's one of the cool things coming up. But I think now it's back to the drawing board a little bit. We've got it because we just put out that record. It's time to write. It's time to come up with something new for the second time again.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Once we get back, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a little bit of resting once there's a chance to rest, but for you guys there's not. I mean,
Well, we have a ton of shows in April.
yeah, we have shows coming up, and I know as soon as we do have a chance to breathe, it'll be great to start, prep on the next record. Also prep on the next tour out here next year.
Yeah.
Get on that, and it's going to be fun. I mean, the first one so far has been, I would say, a success. Great reactions all around, great crowds. Everybody seems to be really into it. So we look forward to, as I said earlier, coming back next year and seeing all the new friends that we're making. Everybody here is so great. Like the support that the people are giving, like the repeat customers who keep coming out and throwing money at us. Like I've seen people buy merch more than once, and they come back and they want to buy more merch, and they just keep coming out to support us. Like we have a lot of great friends in Austin. We have great fans out there, and some that do the same, but it's kind of overwhelming here, like the people that are traveling, great distances to come see us. I mean, some of my best friends came from England when we played in Antwerp, and, so it's been fun. But your question was about the future. So going back to the future, it's going to be Jackalope domination, Jackalope-ageddon, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's a lot to look forward to, and we're very excited. So, you know what? Actually, I'm going to talk about, real quick, going back to another question, another very cool moment on this tour is walking around in Antwerp, in the main city center, and walking into a magazine store, a bookstore. Yeah. Going into a magazine store and finding a magazine, the world's largest international country music magazine. Maverick was the magazine, and finding a 4-star review of our record, in downtown big city Antwerp. That was really exciting. That was an awesome moment for us. So. Yeah.
Don't you have a copy of the magazine here?
We bought 2.
Oh.
Jolie got one, I got one, so we don't have one.
It was actually almost sold out. So we bought the last 2 copies that were left, and they're at the house.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna try and find more.
So very last question, where can people find you most easily on the social media?
sure. Just like we like to cover genres, we cover social media. So we're on Facebook. If you look up Jolie and the Jackalopes, that's Jackalopes. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram the most, but we're also on Twitter. So those are good avenues. And also our website, www.jolieandthejackalopes.com. And we're available on Spotify and iTunes, and we want everybody to be able to listen to our music anytime. So we're kind of everywhere.
Easily accessible.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me the interview, for giving BRUWANSKI the interview.
Yeah, pleasure.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. Thanks so much. I'm glad you found us today.
Yes.
And in Everham too, I think. So, interview done by Jan Vervaeke for Jan Vervaeke YouTube, Jan Vervaeke Foto and Film Facebook page, and some support for BRUWANSKI venue. Bye bye. See you.